Wait, that screen 80. Hey,
watch the slant. Check it back.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Jackson now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 48 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down now, it's White. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
25, check 25, check 25.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Wait, 20!
Ringo. Tiny's on Ringo. Tiny's on Ringo. We got four.
From the gun on third down, Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their... In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jamie Collins. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. After the sack on first down, Jackson, he's going to rifle one deep left side into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Wait, 29, Alpha.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down, and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl MVP last season. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball. 380, hey.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see him.
Alpha.
You don't want...
Wait, 28.
56.
Check it.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. So now on 4th down, on comes Steven Gostkowski to try and get the patch 3. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. It's a room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tevin Coleman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Brady deferring to White on the draw. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Kyle Van Noy leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Push him back. Hurry.
From the gun, Jackson. Goodwin able to haul it in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
36. Hey, I got him. That's me.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Drop deep.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And now Edelman.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. To try again after the sack. Brady, this is White on the screen. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Patriots send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
I can't believe they let you play.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other bats in the league.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Hey, switch gears. Check 43.
Now it's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but it'll be second and goal.
It's now second and goal at the 3-yard line.
One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on second and goal.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass. Check 26. Leo, double up. He's coming, double up.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position.
Set, ready, and read. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. Big hit.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Yo. Bang, 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 bang. Check 52.
Now Jackson throwing again, eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Snead. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Hey, Mike 51. 51. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Goodwin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Ravens push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Tucker to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Ravens 26, Patriots nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On second down, it's White. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Now Jackson. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Watch the screen. Pass. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Slam. Off.
Now it's Jackson. Man open, it's Goodwin. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
Ready? Hey, no. Zoom. Watch the screen. 58, boys. Go. Mike. You're not ready. 58 to Mike. 58.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Second and 2 at the 49-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Now Brady going deep here for Edelman. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
3rd down and 2 yards to go.
New England on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch 54. I'm coming. Wide, go.
Now Jackson back into his end zone. Man open left side is Brown. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 98 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On the draw, it's White. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Brady on third down. And that's complete. It's Watson. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On 3rd down, Brady. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 43.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Brady, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Baltimore, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for New England, it's another week, another loss, as they fall now to 0-9. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this, as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.